This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
Hey there, and welcome. You know, sometimes the biggest life lessons, they pop up in the most unexpected places. Today, we're going to talk about one of those lessons, and it all starts on a completely frozen basketball court.
Okay, so I want you to imagine this with me. You're there, right? You've got your ticket, you're finding your seat in the stands, you can see the players warming up, everything feels totally normal. Just another game night.
But then, after just a few minutes, you get this feeling that something is seriously off. This isn't just a game about who can score the most points. No, this is something else entirely. It's become this raw, unfiltered battle of survival. Human beings against Mother Nature herself.
All right, section 1. This whole thing kicks off with a story about a game that's become, well, it's almost a myth among basketball fans.
So the legend goes that there was this game between Colorado and Portland, and it was scheduled on what turned out to be the coldest day ever recorded in that area's history. And I'm not talking just chilly, wear an extra layer cold. We're talking historically cold.
So that brings us right to the heart of it, the battle against the cold. Because this wasn't just one team against another, it was everyone in that arena against the cold itself.
So get this, the temperature plunged to around minus 7.8 degrees Celsius. That's about 18 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, think about that. That's a deep freezer kind of cold. And at that temperature, everything changes.
And the physical toll was just brutal. It was a complete assault on the senses. You had non-stop snow coming down. The air was so cold it felt like a knife cutting you. Every single breath you took literally burned your lungs. Your muscles would just seize up out of nowhere, and any little bit of exposed skin was in immediate searing pain.
The cold just twisted the entire game. I mean, the basketball itself, it felt heavy, hard, almost like a block of ice. A simple pass, something they do 1,000 times a day, suddenly became a massive risk. And they said that every time a player hit the court, they had to basically beat their arms to get the feeling back in them. It's just wild.
And this struggle wasn't just for the players, You look at the crowd, and they're all just huddled together, buried under layers of clothes. And when they tried to cheer, the sounds were just weak. Not because they didn't care. It's because just breathing in that frigid air took a huge amount of effort. But maybe the craziest image, the one that really sticks with you from that night, was the referee. The story goes that his eyebrows actually froze solid, like coated in a layer of white ice. And yet, he didn't stop. He just kept running, kept blowing his whistle, kept calling the game. It was like this unspoken message to everybody. We're here to finish this, no matter what.
Okay, so somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, the game started to change into something bigger. It became this incredible symbol of resilience.
Because on that court, on that day, the whole point of the game just shifted. It stopped being about who won or who lost. It became about who was willing to just keep going. The final score, it didn't matter at all compared to the price they paid for every single minute they were out there.
This entire thing is just a perfect picture of a concept from Arabic called as-samud. It basically means resilience, but it's more than that. It's that deep down ability to keep moving forward, even when you're uncomfortable, when the conditions are terrible, and when it feels like the whole world is pushing you back.
So what's the big takeaway here? What's the lesson we can pull from this insane story on the ice?
Well, the lesson from that icy court, it's actually pretty simple when you think about it. First off, you have to accept that conditions are not always going to be perfect for you. Second, you've got to embrace that some parts of your path are just going to be hard. There's no way around it. And third, and this is the big one, true strength, and I mean real self-respect, that comes from being the person who continues even when it's tough. Because at the end of the day, who's the one that actually reaches the finish line? It's the person who keeps going, even when their road is pure ice, whipped by wind, and just freezing cold.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. We all have those challenges, right? The ones that feel impossible, where it seems like everything is stacked against us. So the real question is, what's your icy court? And how are you going to choose to play the game?